YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be testing out some new brushes. I ordered a 20-piece brush set off Shein, which was only about $8, so I was like, let's give these a shot on my channel. So I'm going to go through and show you guys the brushes, and then we're going to decide from there how I'm going to do my makeup, because there's not a lot of face brushes in here. So we're going to sit here and figure out what we got and what we don't got. So let's get into it. So if you didn't know, Shein is basically like Wish. You get a bunch of cute stuff at a discounted price. It's a little bit more expensive. The stuff's a little bit nicer. Sorry, it's probably loud. But it comes in a plastic package. It has a sticker on here. I ripped the sticker off because I didn't know what was on it. And they all come individually wrapped. There are 20 brushes here. Now I think there are 2 sets with these handles, like a face set and an eye set. I don't know if I just missed that because there was 2 that looked like these. I just didn't really look in depth. I was like, oh, they're the same thing. So I see we have 2 like face brushes and the rest are like eye brushes. So let's go ahead and open these up. Okay, so I got them all organized, and right here seems to be about the face brushes. This is a really big blender brush. I usually don't use something this big on my eyes, so I'm putting it with the face brushes as maybe like a highlight brush. So first impression, these are really, really soft. Like really soft. I don't know. They're just really nice and soft. The handles they're really light though. Like they're not very like heavy. Like I hold like one of my Morphe brushes and this feels heavy. Of course the handle is like 3 times the size, but this just feels heavier. But the handle, like the ombre part of it, looks really, really nice. So I ain't got no complaint about that part. Like they all are presented nicely for the price. They're not like what am I trying to say? Like they're not I'm not disappointed with it so far. So I see here a brow kind of brush. This one's much longer than the brow brushes I usually use, but we're gonna still use it. I'm gonna use this to fill in. Now I got these brushes well before I knew about the Jeffree Star collection, and I think these handles kind of look like those, so we'll see. We're gonna test them out now. So I'm gonna get my brows done to the point where I can fill them in, and then we'll see how it applies then. Okay, so I just used my Private Society brow pencil in the shade Taupe to line out my brows to get them ready to be filled in. So I'm just taking my Milani brow kit. I don't know what this shade is, but it's the middle shade that's the lightest right here. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to use it how I would normally. It's kind of weird though because it is much longer than my other ones that I use to fill in my brows, but it is thicker, so I don't know. I don't use a pomade, so I don't know. So I actually made that very easy because it is thicker. I like the thicker ones to fill in my eyebrows, but I misplaced my thickest brush I had, so this is actually, that was quick. Okay, it usually takes me a little bit to get it. It holds the product well, I'll say that. Holds the product very, very well. Okay, so I like that so far. I might look crazy, but at this point, as I was blending out my eyebrows, I was like, I did not show them all the brushes. So I showed you the 3 face brushes, which we got this one, and I'm going to say 2 highlight brushes. You got a brow brush, as you just seen me use. You get a liner brush, but mine came a little funny. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of angled. The other liner brush I have is from Morphe. Where is that at? There it is. It's, I'm just going to compare them to my Morphe brushes because that's usually what I use. And if you can tell how much longer these ones are. And there's a flat top brush just like my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH43. These are this is a little bit wider. But lengthwise it's not that bad. I'm going to use this to do the concealing. And then there's a smaller flat top brush, so I found that interesting. I don't have one of these. We have this, I don't even know, like a pencil brush, a little bit longer than a pencil brush. an angled brush, which could be good for nose contouring. We have a bunch of blending brushes, so let me just pick all these up at once. So we got these all blending brushes. They're all really long, so I don't know about that. We'll try them though. We'll see how it works. This I feel like could be another good concealer brush. I actually might use this to carve out my brows. We'll see. Might use them both. And we just have these. I have a flat topped circular brush. I have one of those from Lexi. A flat smaller brush, like this is what I mean by flat on this one. It's like not circled. And then this is like another larger pencil brush, and then we have a fluffy long-haired and then just a flat one that I would use for concealer. So let's go ahead and finish the brows. I'm going to use these two brushes to carve out my brows to see how they work. I feel like this would be good to use, both of them. But I'll clean this one as soon as I'm done because I wanted to use this one for highlight as well on my brow bone, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm using my Private Society concealer in the shade Light, and I'm just gonna do one brow at a time. I'm just gonna do the bottoms to show you guys because I did a whole brow tutorial, so I'm not gonna do my whole brow, just to do this. So on this side, I'm gonna use the circular brush to do this. Oh, wow, this is actually really nice. I'm trying to use the products I know well. I did not prime my face, but that's okay. To do this video, because using new products with new brushes, I don't know if it's going to be the product or the brush, so we're just... I liked this brush for concealing underneath here, shaping them out. I'm going to go ahead and use a flat one. You know what, I do use a flat brush a lot. I might not even use this. I think I'm just going to go ahead and continue with this one because I did like how it worked over here. So we're going to set this aside because I want to try it with highlight underneath my brow bone. So I'm going to continue my brows with this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm up to my concealer and I'm going to use that one face brush for the concealer in this area. This video will be up before my face tutorial will be, but don't make fun of me. So I'm just going to use my Pretty Vulgar setting powder. Okay, it did not pick. There we go. Just kind of pat all over this area and I go to my brow. The normal brush I use is missing. What? This one, okay. The Y11, Morphe Y11. But honestly, I think I like how that put that down more. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm up to my nose contour. Sorry. So I'm going to use the flat angled brush that I said would be good for nose contouring. I don't usually use it. I'm actually going to use my bronzer, not my actual contour. So I have the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to run through like this. And I'm just going to kind of do what I do in my contour. I find it easier to use the bronzer though because contour can get a little dark on my nose and it's harder to blend. And then I'm going to take sorry, I had a weird notification. Okay, I'm going to take that brush that I said would be another good highlighting brush, but I'm just going to use that to lightly blend it. It'd be good to blend it down. and just back and forth and kind of towards my cheek area with it. And that brush was also very nice. This is especially meant for what I'm using it for, but it's actually doing a pretty good job. I'm not pushing very hard because the sorry, I have a cat in here, she's being quite annoying. The makeup on your nose is quite sensitive compared to the rest of your face. So, yeah, nose contour obviously can make it look much different on your face, because you can tell now my nose looks ginormous, but it's fine. I'll go through and slim it out. Alrighty, so I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill, Morphe x Jaclyn Hill and Armed in Gorgeous palette. I am wearing camo leggings, so this palette usually just speaks to me. But I'm also going to be using this glitter, or either the glitter or the metallic in Ingot, and yep, the grand one. And I'm just going to use that for my lid shade, so I'm basically just going to be using the blending brushes for the other shades. So I want a smaller one. Not really many small brushes, but I'm going to use this one. I wish these had names on them, but it's just like the smaller blending brush in the set. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with the green shade in the Top Secret. I do like this palette a lot for this shade in particular. You guys are also getting an eyeshadow tutorial. So I do take a lot of the product. I know the palette, so I know you need to use a lot of it. I'm just going to use this mainly in the crease. And we will be deepening it up. It's easier to go light-handed. But this brush actually did a really good job. Holy crap. I actually really like this. So now I'm going to take the same brush, but I'm going to go into Agent. And I'm just going to kind of use that just to blend right through here. Along the edges. Alright, so I just went back and forth with those shades until I got a color I was happy with, but now I'm going to go in with Prowl, which is this really dark brown on a fluffier brush. I'm just going to lightly dip into it, well, a little bit more than that, and just kind of pack it in these areas here. Then I'm going to blend it. This is just to get more color in here. I'm going to use a different brush to blend. I'm trying to use as much brushes as possible. It's a little hard. So now I'm going to just take a different blending brush. This one's a little angled, but it'll be okay. And just kind of mix it in there. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a different blending brush and I'm going to go into Access. And I'm just going to drag that just kind of like what I did the first time, all around, just to make it lighter. So now I'm going to be using the Morphe liquid eyeshadow, one of the metallics. It's the green one. I'm just going to use the applicator here to put directly on my eye. And then I'm going to take this flat brush and then kind of disperse it out. And this part is a process to get it to look good. Now I just go back and forth until I get it how I want it. And these do pick up a lot of product, so I mean, liquid eyeshadow ain't the greatest way to tell you that, but alrighty, now I'm going to repeat onto the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, so that flat top blender, or not really blender, what the heck am I saying? The one that's like the concealer brush. I have a hair that on this that is like, no, we're going to pull that out. Maybe. There, okay. It was wandering. Now I'm going to take, ooh, my finger. There's a glitter in this shadow, in this eyeshadow palette that I haven't used, and it is this one, and I'm just going to take a little bit on this, and with these glitters you got to scrape it up, then pack onto the brush. I'm just going to kind of put some of this with this. I know it doesn't really show up, but I feel like it needs more of a gold tone with it. Like, this is just like a pressed shadow form of that, I feel like, but I needed a little something. I did not wet my brush or anything. I meant to, but I kind of forgot, so here we are. I'm just kind of placing that in the center. Okay, so I'm going to use the pencil brush that came in, and I'm going to use VIP to put on my lower lash line. We're just going to try it. We'll see how it works. I just feel like my eyes need a little bit of brightness with all those dark colors. Yeah, I don't think that looks bad. I might put a little bit of that gold with it too. Yeah, I think I could put a little bit of the gold with it. We're just going to kind of mix it together. I don't want it to be too intense, just like a little bit of color down here. White's a little too much, but any other darker color is going to be. Now I'm going to add some mascara and lashes, and I will be right back. So now I'm going to highlight. I'm using the highlighter in the Keys Essential from Private Society, which is right here. I'm just going to take my brush and get it in there. I usually don't use a fan brush anymore. I haven't. So we'll see what happens. It's not bad. It's cute. For my brow bone and inner corner, I'm going to be using the Ofra Pillow Talk, and I'm going to take the flat brush from this set. Nose is running. And just get in there. Just doing the highest point of my brow. Okay, so I have one more test to put these brushes through, and that is cleaning, but I used all brushes but these two, which was the liner brush and the flat circle brush. I don't know, it's just weird. So I'm going to clean a couple of these brushes just to see how it works. A lot of the brushes I have work while cleaning, and a lot of them get stained. So I'm using my Clinique brush cleaner, and I'm just going to use it like I would normally. And with darker colors I do go heavier, so I'm just going to swirl it around here. I did pretty well. It kind of fanned out the bristles a lot though. But got it pretty freaking clean if you ask me. This was one of the dark brown I used. So I think that worked really well. So for my final thought, I approve all of these brushes, and they were only $8. So if you're looking to get, there was a hair mix in that. I apologize, that was kind of gross. But if you are looking to get some nice cheap brushes, these I do recommend. So I will leave a link in the description for you guys to go check out their website. How I found these was I just typed brushes in the search bar on their website, so you guys can go check them out and get your own set. So thanks everyone for watching. I will see you guys next time.